Welcome to the Manistee Local podcast. Ooh, I can't wait to dive into this one. But before we get started, we got to pay the bills. This episode is brought to you by the Ramsdell Regional Center for the Arts. You can find them online at www.ramsdaletheater.org. Folks over at the Ramsdell Regional Center for the Arts want to let you know about their Winter Blues Beach Bash that's happening on February 16th at 7:30 p.m. They want you to know that you can break free from your winter blues and experience a night of tropical escape complete with beach vibes, cool tunes, and refreshing drinks. Don't miss the hottest party in town featuring the Downtowners. The Downtowners are a veteran group of musicians from northern Michigan that are still playing out and still having fun. The party starts at 7:30. Tickets are on sale now for $25. Get yours today because it will sell out fast. That's February 16th, folks, at the Ramsdell Regional Center for the Arts. Hey, what's he going to talk about? Is he going to talk about the fact that he sold everything? Maybe. Maybe what I really want to talk about is the Run the Pier Summer Running Festival here in Manistee. For those of you that are watching or listening that aren't aware, one of my duties is a race director. I own a company with two of my best buddies, Zachary and Dylan, and that company's called Know Me Racing, and we put on some athletic events. Right now, we are still considered, we are kind of small. We have two events, Run the Pier and the Rusty Fish. All right, so what are those events? Run the Pier started off as, it was a nonprofit originally, the Pier Foundation. I was the president of the nonprofit. We developed this nonprofit to, generate funds to give back to some really awesome local organizations. The foundation dissolved, and I basically just picked up the torch and said, you know what, I'm going to add this to something I'm already doing, which is the Rusty Fish, which is what started off to be a singular race, a 100-mile gravel bike race, an endurance race that went all around out county of Manistee, back roads, 2 tracks, you know the drill. When I say gravel, if you're into gravel cycling, we're trying to make this an absolute signature event for Manistee County. And originally it started at Manistee National Golf Resort, and then we left there and went all the way out to Ironfish Distillery and back. Since that first year, we've evolved to add other races. We're trying to go more metric. Zachary is a little fucking really brainy when it comes to this stuff, so sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle to kind of reel him in, because last year we had multiple races. We had the 100. We also had a 126 mile. We had a 33 mile. We had a 66 mile. You feel where I'm going. We also had a running marathon component added, because why not? We had a route there, so we did it, and we had 2 people running it. But yeah, so we've got these 2 races that we've housed under our company, Know Me Racing, and we're still doing the same things where we're trying to help fundraise for these organizations that we're really passionate about, and also promoting outdoor recreation in the county, which is super important to us, and growing awareness for the trail systems in the county to help educate people on what the importance of these trail systems, and then how can we expand them to increase the visibility of these trails for people that really want to get out and enjoy some outdoor recreation, but also bring communities together to help kind of uplift the economy here in Manistee County. So we're pumped about that. So anyways, Run the Pier. That was a 5K. All right, it started out as just a simple 5K, but the uniqueness of the race was that it was held at night. The first year, I believe we started the race at 7:30 p.m. And now, being a night race isn't exactly unique. There's plenty of night races, plenty of night 5Ks. What separates us is that we were, at the time, and I'd have to do some research now, going back to 2018, I believe, is when the first race went off. At that time, we were the only 5K in the state of Michigan that was at night, but also that ran out onto a pier and around a lighthouse, which really makes the race super unique, which is why we call it Run the Pier. And that we slowly started moving the time back because we were trying to encourage this like after party atmosphere. And for whatever reason, we just couldn't make it work. We've had some really great, marketing partners, sponsorships to help promote the event and make it more than just a 5K. Last year was the first year that we actually had like our own after party beer tent, and it was fucking sick. Oh my God, it was so much fun. But it was just a 5K. So for the last few years, we've only been having the 5K, which has been great, but we've kind of reached our watermark with the amount of participants. And in order for us to, be able to really showcase this event and the county, we need to have more people involved. I thought we did a really good job of promoting the after party as kind of like a community event. We wanted people to come. It's free to come. You don't have to participate in the actual race to enjoy the beer tent. I mean, you got to be 21. I think that goes without saying. But we had food trucks. We had yard games. We had music. It was sick. It was a lot of fun. But this year, instead of it being at night, so we're throwing a wrench in the whole damn thing. I've already got people saying, what do you mean it's not at night? The whole point was to have it at night. Well, we could, but it would be messy and it'd be super hot because this year we have added a 10K, a half marathon, and a full marathon. Which, come on. How rad is that? Oh, so why is it in the morning now and not at night? It's because we don't want these athletes that are running, in the half marathon and full marathon out there running in the heat of the day. I mean, even at 5 o'clock, even if we pushed it to 5 o'clock, there are some athletes that are going to take more than 4 hours to finish a marathon. I know I am. It's going to take me 5 hours, So I don't need these people out there running at 10 o'clock at night either. So we have to make some adjustments. The beer tent's going to open at noon and go till 6 o'clock, which I think is perfect. It's going to be on a Saturday, July 27th. Come one, come all. You don't have to participate in any of the events. You can just come and hang out. All the races are going to kick off in the a.m. I believe we have the marathon taking off at 7 a.m., 7:30. Maybe it's like 7:30. I don't know. I have to check. But anyways, it's all going to be out, and everybody's going to be running before 10 a.m. All right? So, everything should be finishing somewhere near the noon hour, which is when the after party is going to kick off. And that's when we'll do our awards ceremony. And, oh, man. So we're torn between having a DJ or a live band. But maybe we can hybrid that and do, a band later. Have the band start at 3 and really kick off and just do DJ shit from noon to 3. I don't know. So that's kind of evolving, and we're also trying to add a little kids component, fun run. We had thought about just doing a mile fun run or whatever, but we're really trying to do an obstacle course race with bounce houses and hay bales. I think that would be a ton of fun for the kids, and we're trying to do that with the Manistee Recreation Association because we think that'd be a really nice, unique way for them to, encourage kids to sign up for their fall athletic events that they put on. I shouldn't say events, that their fall soccer and I think they do flag football. There's a myriad of things that they do. I'm doing a shitty job of promoting the MRA right now, but Eric does a wonderful job there, and I think they've really got some momentum to take off, and I think this little obstacle course kids race would do right by them. It'd be a nice little showcase for them. We're still trying to figure out how to pay for it all because we don't want the MRA to pay for it. Right? We want them to get exposure, but we don't want thousands of dollars to come out of their pocket. And we've got some quotes for some of these, obstacles that we want to get, and we want them to, be able to really have a kick-ass event. And trying to get some grant money. So fingers crossed that we get this together. I think it's going to be really good. So yeah, we're going to need volunteers. We're going to need all kinds. And we have a really solid core of volunteers that show up every single year, and we love them. We got to start finding like a really cool way to help support our volunteers. Every year I say that. Every year I'm like, hey, we got to like, make sure our volunteers know that they're appreciated. And, I'm going to put that on my list this year. I mean, it should be. We can't do this race. We can't do any of our events without the awesome volunteers. Yeah. So, dead space. Let's not try to have dead space in this podcast. All right. The merch this year, I've got, this isn't the merch shit. I did a post yesterday with the t-shirt. So, everybody for Run the Pier, every athlete is going to get a pair of running socks. Chill out. They're also going to get like a little finisher award. The running socks are pretty sick. I thought they were a good idea. Every year we've done like something a little bit different. We did the traditional t-shirt, but everybody gets a fucking t-shirt, right? T-shirts are boring, although I think ours this year are pretty rad. But I'm talking about the giveaway. So like if you go to Run Sign Up or our website, runthepier.com, if you go through the steps to sign up for one of the events, there's an option for you to purchase some t-shirts and a hat. We opted for this to sell the t-shirts and the hats this year just because it's just so much money. T-shirts cost so much money now, and so do the hats. I mean, this hat right here, which I think is pretty sick. If you're watching this, I'm a fan of black, so t-shirts are black, hats are black. This logo is very prominent on the t-shirt, and it looks really sick. So we got short sleeve t-shirts, we got short sleeve like athletic sweat wicking tees, and long sleeve t-shirts. We also have the hat. So those are for sale. I don't have the link, but anyways, if you go through the process to sign up for one of the races, you have an option to purchase anyone or all of the merchandise, aside from the running socks, which you get for free as part of signing up for the race. And then you also get like a little finisher award that I'm currently working on, but I think they're going to be fun. And I'm also working on like a big impactful top finisher award. So we'll have 26 of those. So for each race, you've got top male, top female, masters division, top male, top female, 18 to 49, top male, top female, like, I don't know what I got it set up at, 11 to 17. So there's a bunch, and those are going to be cool. I'm looking forward to kind of putting that together. I've got some ideas in my mind. I want something unique, though. I want people to remember, whatever I come up with this year for the top finisher award. We've done some really kick-ass stuff. I got a friend, Chris, who's a photographer who does a fucking really awesome photography of like the pier and the freighters that come in the Manistee. In our first couple of years, we used Chris. He donated these amazing photographs that he had framed in glass, and he blew them up. I mean, it was a real rad thing. I just don't like going to the well too many times and keep asking him to donate his art, because that's what it is, and he deserves to be compensated for it. So we've kind of evolved from that. Last year's were printed or prints of a lighthouse, said Manistee, Michigan on them. Those are pretty cool. But hold on one sec. I'm right in the middle of a podcast. What's up? Do you need to give it back to me? Okay, we're back. Wow, sorry about that. Unexpected guest that has a key to the space. Hey. You can text me and I can say come on in, or I'm in the middle of a podcast. But hey, whatever, I digress. What else? Man, that threw me for a loop. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see what we got going on. So, yeah, let's just quick recap. We'll get back into it. Run the Pier Running Festival. I love the name. love the name because we're going to have so many races. So 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, and fingers crossed, the kids' obstacle course race. I think that's going to be sick. We're going to have the beer tent. Bell's Brewery is a sponsor again, so we're going to be flush on beers. Yard games, so yeah, cornhole, like everybody's got cornhole. I think we'll have like a life-size Jenga or something, and there's some other like beach games and stuff that the gals and guys over at Stomp Out Cancer will bring because they're sponsoring the beer tent, like they did last year. And food trucks, TC Taco, shout out to them. They're going to be bringing something for breakfast, and then they're going to be there all day with 2 trucks, taco truck, hot dog truck. It's going to be fun. Boy, I'm off my game now, the interruption. Sorry about that. But anyhow, the running festival is going to be rad, July 27th. Check us out on runthepier.com, or you can find us on Run Sign Up with Run the Pier Running Festival. Summer Running Festival. I should probably check that to make sure that I'm giving you the right info here. That race on Run Sign Up, why do you not know this off the top of your head, is Run the Pier Running Festival. Booyah. We are crushing it currently with sign-ups, so we're definitely going to blow it out of the water. So I'm excited about that. Underberg, oh Underberg, Underberg. I'm going to have an Underberg soon. I've also been trying to upload a video to my subscriber page on Facebook, and it's taking forever. If you, there's a couple of places that you can help support the Manistee Local podcast. Number one would be doing what you're doing, watching, commenting, sharing, liking, all of those things. Do an amazing job to help support the show, financially. So if you can get this out in front of additional people, share it with your friends, share it with your family, I'd really appreciate it. This probably isn't like the podcast. This episode is probably not the episode to be sharing with everybody because, the OGs that are listening to this one, I appreciate you, but this is more, I'm going to use this a lot more for clips to help promote the race. But in any event, if you want to share other episodes, or fuck it, even this episode, I'd appreciate it because it helps a ton. If you want to help the show financially, I'd really appreciate it because, man, I've got to update and upgrade some equipment, namely the video audio situation. I know, I get the fucking comments, all right? The audio is a little janky. The video could be better, which I think it actually is pretty good. But there's so much more I want. I think on a small scale, better mics, better camera, then we're kind of moving in the right direction. That stuff costs money. And I don't take money from other businesses to help another business, okay? This thing has to produce income on its own in order for me to to invest in it. So, a little tip from your uncle. Don't rob Peter to pay Paul. But financially, if you go to Patreon, type in Manistee Local Podcast, you can help me out on Patreon for less than a cup of coffee a month, folks. I think it's $4.99 or something like that. You can get early access. So, like, this podcast will be there first for a day or two. So you get to watch it first, and I threw out some other stuff on there, some little clips and stuff like that, and put that all on Patreon first. I have a subscriber page on Facebook that's only 99 cents. You don't get as much as you get on Patreon, but you do get things a little bit earlier than it would be on YouTube or Instagram or any of the other platforms. So I post on Patreon and my subscriber page first, and then a day or two later everywhere else. So if you want early access, which, early access comes with a price. It's either $4.99 or $99, or you could do both, which would be super rad. So anyways, I'm sorry. This is turning into like, hey, pay me money to listen to my shit. And I don't want to do that. I'm just letting you know that there are options for those of you that want to help support the show. either financially or non-financially. But really, honestly, I'd love to have you, become subscribers on my Facebook subscriber page and on Patreon. That would help a ton. But really, liking, commenting, and sharing this podcast wherever you're watching or listening to it is a huge help. So, yeah. So there's that. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, there's so much more we could be talking about, but the races are the big one. I'm going to do like so for the running festival this year, I'm going to get a whiteboard, and I think I'm going to start a tally for who thinks is going to win what category and what race. Last year we had some absolute speedsters running the race, and this year it's going to be spread out a little bit more, and we're going to get I think some athletes are going to show up that are going to scare the shit out of some people about how good they are. So we might start doing like a little competition before the competition. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get the whiteboard and we'll start doing something with it. I'm also probably going to do some lives, answer questions about the races and stuff like that, because I know that people have questions. We can go back to why the race is in the morning and not in the evening now. Why we decided to add additional races and distances. Stuff like that. What am I going to get for my money? And actually, undervalued, by the way. Every race is $35. Like, I don't know any marathon that's as inexpensive as ours is, honestly. So, you're going to want to jump on that. $35 for a marathon? Are you kidding me? Let's go. In any event, check out the other podcasts that I have out there in the ether. Appreciate you listening today. I'm still kind of foobarred a little bit because of the interruption, but I love you guys. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.